All right.
Yeah.
Well, someone has a nickel on the table,
Come
so
on, Nickelback.
Oh
Nah,
yeah,
it's good.
I'll make it quick, but god damn, I've seen this movie a ton of times,
Hmm.
Yeah.
but it's been a while, so I
Yeah.
was happy to
it's been
rewatch
a
it.
while.
It's been a while. I'll tell you what, I just love this movie's cold, astringent little heart.
Yes.
It's so dry. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk all about the many things that are good about this movie.
Mhm.
The aesthetics and the music and the sets and everything, and the story. But I wanted to say that I think one of the things that makes it great is what's not in it.
Oh, okay.
Movie
There's no,
stars.
there's no stars.
Yeah.
There's no
These are
stars.
not movie stars.
No,
No.
and
Not even a little bit.
the script doesn't even try to
Mhm.
make them movie stars.
No.
Much like the book, it
Yeah.
it is attempting to be a realistic portrayal of what would happen in this situation.
Yeah.
And it does such a good job because all of these people look like the people you would imagine in these roles.
Yeah, they're all kind of schlubby and average looking,
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah, they still
perfect.
wear glasses, and just kind of like,
Well,
not
the
And,
fun.
glasses become a whole thing.
Right.
yeah.
You'll get
I know.
these
Am I going to
back.
get these back? Because I'm going to need a white cane.
Exactly.
Um, if they made this, I didn't see the remake, whatever that thing was that came out in
It
the
was a series.
Don't.
aughts. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that did with it, but if they made it now, I was saying this would be Ryan Gosling and Zendaya,
Uh-huh.
and we'd have like
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole flirtatious romantic subplot, and we get their backstories and fuck all that. This is a movie about doing science and figuring shit out, and
Smart
Right.
people
I
figuring
love it.
shit out.
That's
Smart
right.
people figuring shit out.
I
And
was
the
going to
great
bring
thing
it
is, they did put a woman in. They replaced one of the guys with a woman, but she's
right
like
in the
In
book.
Crichton,
total opposite.
it was four guys in
And
the
she's
Crichton
and,
book.
and she's
Yes.
cranky as hell too, which
Oh
is
my
great.
God,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
she?
right?
In the book, it's
Mhm.
all men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to uh bring up because you mentioned it. I watched Project Hail Mary today,
Oh yeah,
and Ryan
Oh.
Gosling Ryan Gosling doing science
yeah,
actually great.
Mhm.
yep.
Like
But he also has his tips frosted, and none of these people did.
no,
Yeah, that's
He
true.
does it in a very dashing, handsome
Yeah.
way.
Oh,
yes,
Charming, charming.
no, that's a good thing to point out, John. These are all basically character actors.
Yep.
There have been a lot of movies. David Wayne was, the shorter guy. He's been in movies with Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
He's
Look,
been a
it
side.
was
He's
a
been.
TV
He
show
was
he
in.
was
He was in
in.
a Marilyn Monroe movie. He's been
What
in
was
lots and
the
He's been
lots
in
of
thing,
stuff.
tons
though?
of shit.
Was
Yeah.
he in Batman?
And no, he just looks like
He
Burgess
was
Meredith.
somebody's like, was he $6 million man? Who was he in like a TV show?
Yeah,
He
it
probably
was
was
some
in a couple
TV
TV
show.
shows. I have to look it up. But yeah, the guy
But
that's
for
all the guy in charge too. Was been in a lot of movies,
Yes.
mostly
This
political thrillers.
this guy's in a lot.
Yeah,
for,
yeah, yeah.
for
Jeremy.
In the
Uh,
can you
background.
see can you see behind me? That's
Yeah.
what's his name?
that's
James.
James Olsen.
For years, till
Yeah,
like 10 years ago, I thought
Mhm.
that James Olsen and John
Saxon.
Saxon
The
was the
same,
same
the same
fucking
We're the
person.
same guy.
Also, one thing about
interchangeable mediocre
Dr.
white men.
Hall, Dr. Mark
Yeah,
Hall's performance, he is mad all the time.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Well,
sarcastic.
he's a doctor.
Every doctor should run their office like the lunar lab. It's like, he's
I did like the cute little joke about him doing his name backwards.
oh yeah,
Hallmark.
Hallmark. That's right.
Oh yeah.
And
There's
he
a
said it
few.
like,
There's a few jokes.
Yeah,
he
that's
said
not
it
many.
like,
Mhm.
I know you're going to do something about this, and they all just ignore him.
But also it's a lot of like it's if you like animals, you get a little squeamish. This film, and I know
Oh,
this is
I had to look it up this time.
Children or getting shot in the face
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Yeah.
butts
Uh-huh.
or like
That's what I mean about its
G-rated
cold little heart.
movie.
Well,
Yeah.
they called out specifically that the animals that some SPCA or something was on set, but
Oh yes.
do they like gas them or something?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just CO2.
CO2.
Yeah, they pass
Yeah.
out.
So that they were in boxes that had regular air or oxygen,
Yeah.
when they opened them, the box would be flooded with CO2. The animal would basically asphyxiate. Then they'd grab it. They had a guy in a scuba suit. I think he was the AD,
Right.
Yeah.
and he was right off camera. I didn't go back and
You
check,
can
but the
see
thing
the shadow of
you
what
can
it was
see.
going
That's
on.
what I was going to say, Chris.
Ah.
They say you can see the shadow of him diving for the monkey box to get the
Well, this
rhesus
is
monkey.
this was one of the first films that had a real ASPCA stamp.
One time,
One time.
SPCA said you can do this one time.
Right.
And they did it. And I still think it's questionable. I think this goes in the bucket with The Abyss with questionable treatment of animals because they did that to a rat in
Yes, they did.
The Abyss.
Well, this is the 60s, and it's the Vietnam War 60s, and I think people were were getting indifferent to suffering at that point. So
maybe.
that's part of it. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, those weird like split screens where they were looking in the windows of the houses in
Oh.
Piedmont, and then you just get these stills of dead people.
Uh-huh.
There's
Yeah.
so much split diopter in this movie. It is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, every third shot is a split
Barking.
diopter effect. It's amazing. And he's using this is Robert Wise. He's like the
why
guy
I-
who did West Side Story. He's using montage. He's using split screen. Adopter, the whole 9 yards. Doing
Split
amazing work.
diopter.
Yeah.
Split diopter.
That was a good
that
one.
guy with
That's
the gun back
That's a
there.
double split diopter.
Yeah, it's
Close
it's
and-
three different.
Yeah. That's some
Fields.
tricky shit.
Let's see. I had another one.
And you look at it, actually, the borders between the diopters and the open lens is really subtle.
Yeah,
You
it's not like really obvious, like like any of the De Palma stuff.
Yeah.
like
yeah,
really
where,
obvious.
Alan
where
Pakula
the-
does that.
where the
and-
seam is.
Yeah, it really shows up.
So let me ask you guys, if they cut 15 minutes of all the fucking shit from the top of the elevator to the bottom, would it have hurt the movie any?
Yes.
There is so much fucking
No, shut the fuck up.
in the weeds
Yeah.
on
Mm.
the
Well, it takes them-
security protocols.
It takes them
because-
40 minutes.
because you have to understand how important that is,
Right.
because that makes his choice at the end to turn the key or not so much more clear. Like, there's all of this shit that we did, and we're trying to be so safe.
Right.
And you're the man with the key. You're the person who gets to make this decision or not.
Mhm.
And when it comes to the point that he gets to make that decision,
Mhm.
you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we are this deep
Right.
in it. Because
Yeah.
otherwise there's no tension in that scene.
Mhm.
Like, and I love the moment where it's like, no, your choice is to not kill us all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're
You don't.
gonna
Yeah.
die.
You can't turn it on. You can only turn it off.
Exactly. That's pretty hairy.
It's
Yeah.
pretty. It's pretty. I
And
love how
and-
much suspense they wring out of a pretty slow scene because those lasers are like doing this,
Yeah, exactly.
When he
and
gets
that
in
is
the
so
seat, though,
suspenseful.
Also, you get lots of shots of like him looking at a terminal with the wires coming out that hasn't been installed yet.
Yes,
It's like
Mhm.
they get a build, you get a build.
Yeah, no,
get a
you
build.
can't. No, you can't do it here. You have to go around there.
Yeah, exactly.
and then it absolutely
Yeah.
comes back to bite him in the ass because he gets trapped in level 5 between
Yeah.
two doors, and there's no
What is it? The
substation.
system is perfect to leave and bury our mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's good stuff, man. But this was obviously influenced by 2001 in terms of the clean look of the thing and solid color and,
to think.
yeah, a lot.
Beautiful sets.
Although that's a little combination of that and maybe like a nuclear power plant or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not
The art
quite
direction of this
2001,
movie,
but
that's-
it's close. But it's
No,
it's
it's a
more
villain's
stylish. It's more
lair under a
stylish than it needs to
volcano.
be.
yeah, yeah, it is a villain's lair under a
Yeah,
volcano.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's the
But-
villain? America.
Mm.
America.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they kind of just barely touch on the bioweapons aspect of it,
This
don't
becomes
they?
that's an aspect of New Hollywood in this thing that we did this.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
Well,
the
the
same
last
thing in
one.
Alien years later,
Uh-huh.
or
I
not
was
that
gonna
many
say
years
it's
later.
Alien.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
that whole subplot.
It is that whole subplot of like,
Very
oh,
last line. What do we do?
yeah, exactly.
what do we do?
Uh-huh.
Are we the baddies?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Are you freaked out, audience, yet?
Also, I never could find any proof of this, but you know that weird scientist guy when the F4 crashes and he's talking about all this stuff is made out of polychron. Is that Michael Crichton?
He's
No,
I can't figure out where
he's in the operating. He's in the OR when Stone gets the call.
You see,
He's one of the other
just,
doctors.
okay, I wasn't sure about that. Okay,
Yeah.
the guy.
But I mean, he's no stranger to Hollywood. He didn't just sit there and write his books. He directed Westworld, and he directed.
Well, later, but
there's another
Looker,
one. Which one?
Great Train Robbery and Looker.
yeah,
Oh, right.
And the 13th Warrior.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Did he direct that one?
Yes, because
I guess
he took over direction halfway through production.
That's Eaters of the Dead. Yes.
Yes.
I know. I've got almost all of them, all the good ones in the closet.
Yeah, we were talking before you guys joined. Jim and I were talking about Crichton's history as a writer, and I love early Crichton, and I love really late Crichton, but not denial of climate change Crichton.
Yeah. So Mill Crichton's not fun.
I didn't read
always
Airframe
something.
Airframe is great. Airframe is great. Yes, read it.
Is that the one about nanoparticles or whatever?
No, Airframe is about literally airframes. It's about a company that makes airplanes, and one of them crashes. And yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of his stuff is about scientific investigation.
Like
People, one of the great things about this film is that these scientists don't have any place to start. There's a bunch of dead people, and they got to figure out to start from scratch, and
they got a bunch of dead people, and they have blood that is powder.
Yeah, and that's it. There's your mystery, and that's where you start. And it's like you have to follow them step by step. He did kind of the same thing in like Jurassic Park, but that was hooey, I think, in a lot of ways, because it's like I think
this is much more grounded.
Yeah, and I just again, I love that it's so much about doing science, where it's like a plot point is like they spend a scene figuring out how big the organism is with the different filters. Rat on the other side of the air filter.
I'm gonna get a fly swatter.
I'm gonna get me a fly swatter.
Exactly.
It's 2 microns. I mean, that was really fucking fascinating, and it was like that with a different producer, that scene probably would have been cut.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's so many good computer terminals. Like the thing behind Scott is probably the more elaborate ones. I just love the one that's showing the cultures growing on the dish.
It's ASCII.
Yeah.
It's total ASCII.
Right.
It's all ones and zeros, exactly.
Well, and they credit the company that sold them all of the lab equipment in the opening credits.
Loaned them all the lab equipment. They had to have a guard there because it was so expensive. All those robot arms and shit. That's all real.
I try to imagine what audiences must have thought at the time. I mean, we watch this now and it's looking in the rearview mirror, but at the time it must have seemed incredibly space age.
It was. I saw this film when I was 9 years old at the Del Mar, and
it still does seem incredibly space age.
It stood out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the first big sci-fi thing I've seen since 2001, a couple years earlier. People were really impressed by it. Even
the set was they spent under $1 million. 1971
dollars. It's a lot of money,
which is a lot of money at the time. It was a very expensive set.
Yeah,
although you build it once, and
it's
then
like $8.5 million,
and you can like repaint it over and over again.
That's what I was gonna say. You just paint it, and you've got a new level. I love that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they shot all the light stuff first, then because you have to cut. It's easier to cover light with dark.
Yeah. They probably shot the level ones in the red.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably the last stuff they shot.
Okay, all right, let's get that done. We can cover all.
We're never gonna be able to cover that. We don't have enough primer.
Some guy with a roller, like, dude.
But great art direction in this thing, man.
Every weekend they would send IATSE in there and just be like,
we want this a light gray by tomorrow. Like, all right.
Yeah, the art direction's just, it's really beautiful to look at, and most of it holds up. But not very much of it looks dated.
No.
The performance is really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
My only note again is just going back to like why I brought it up is I was like watching it this time thinking 10 minutes less of the security protocols could have been added to the science stuff. Because that felt like when I think about the movie and it's whatever, it's 2 hours and change.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're like at the halfway point before they're even in the bunker.
41 minutes. They finally get to the lab.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they got to go through decontamination.
Is that before or after like all this shit?
No. When they get to the agriculture station and they get in the elevator and start going down.
Okay, so then
that's around 40 minutes.
So it's like 15 minutes before they actually get to the thing that they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And then that's where I was like, this could have been allowed to breathe a little bit more, but
Maybe, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. You don't need to show the whole Avengers Assemble thing. Maybe
Kind of to
shorten up
Tad's
that.
point, though, it all underscores the importance of this.
Right.
That they've got to roust all these people from their homes and whisk them away in cars and put them on planes, and then they got to go through this security thing of the secret, the password to get into the base.
We got this one TWA plane, and we're flying you because this is the closest thing moving.
Yeah,
all that shit's great.
Yeah.
But I think the descending through the levels is also great because again, it just tells you this is it.
The stakes.
If we're wrong here, everyone dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just Americans, like
the whole damn world.
Yeah.
Right.
Like and I again having just watched Project Hail Mary, like the understanding of those stakes of this is what happens if you fuck up, I think really makes the movie.
Yeah.
Like, and it's why it's one of my favorite movies, and I've watched it fucking 20 times or whatever. Like I didn't have to watch it again, but I did.
Yeah. They'll actually in Project Hail Mary, the guy, what's his name on the ship? Grace is Dr. Grace is on the ship for that same kind of cold calculation that most of these characters are dealing with.
Right.
He didn't have a choice. He simply had to get the fucking job done. Right. And so that's great about this. And I love the fact that you have the four main characters. Two of them, when they get the word there's a fire, they just turn into robots. Well, gotta go. Out the door, right? And the other two were fighting about it or just like annoyed. Of course, James Olsen's character is always annoyed, Mark Hall. But that was kind of interesting. They're varied reaction, but two of them were just like, okay, I'm going, boom. And I was like, all right, that's good. But
and his wife is like, oh, why are you leaving? I'll tell you later.
Yeah. Also, it's good. The first one, oh God, with Dr. Stone, they're having a party in Berkeley, dropping all these ridiculous, like the SDS is here. He's going to a love-in kind of thing.
Right.
All right, well, whatever.
This movie couldn't be any further away from the Summer of Love.
Yes,
right?
That's true.
Years later.
60s was over at this point. That's for sure.
71. Back to business.
Yep.
No, and somebody mentioned the music. The music in this movie is also really fucking great.
It's fucking great.
Yeah,
like just general level of tone is so. I can't think of too many other movies even now.
Foreboding, clinical, sterile,
inhuman.
No movie stars. Like these are not attractive people that we
I thought the nurse was kind of cute.
The nurse is cute. No, I was talking about the score, though. The score is very icy. Threatening and icy. Yeah. So
why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Right. This is again the end of the world. You have to internalize this in a way that's like, if we fuck up, everyone's dead.
And also, Andromeda isn't a villain in the conventional sense. No. It has no malice. It's just doing what it does.
Right.
It's just its
like all good viruses or something.
It's absolutely it's absolutely impersonal.
And it evolves to consume the thing that we have the most of on this planet, plastic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And human flesh, apparently.
Well, no, but it gets over humans immediately, and it's just like, yeah, but plastic though.
Yeah, it's yummy. Let's eat
Yum.
They do such a good job with the stakes that when you get to those macro scenes where you're looking at like the green blob, and then it vibrates for a second and gets about 10% bigger, and when that happens, you go, "Oh no!"
Yeah. I know, and also I didn't notice it first happens. Like, did you see that?
She thought it was her eyes bothering her.
I don't know how they did this. They must have put like some sort of hex filter over the lens.
I was going to ask you, Scott.
I have no idea.
You noticed that Douglas Trumbull was on the.
Okay, then he probably has something to do with this.
You're looking at his work there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it was impressive shit.
2001.
Now, a lot of stuff is actually really tiny, and actually they had a real microscope on it.
They
and
actually
really big
used,
stuff.
yeah.
So it's like that's kind of cool. Also, there's all analog and all just except for the digital readouts and things like that. You know, it's
Yeah,
like the
which are
effects.
great.
That thing behind Chris is just I don't know. Again, that's just animation they washed through a computer, so
Yeah.
it's just so amazing. You know.
Yeah, I think it is traditional cell animation, and
Yeah.
then they just process it to make it look more like video.
Yeah.
This is incredibly crude, but it works so well
It
here.
Yeah, it
really
does.
does. It really does. It
Well,
kind
the
of
fact,
reminded
the
me
facts,
of
the facts rolling out and falling, like
Yeah.
it's-
Oh, that's a Crichton thing with the paper wedged in the fax
Oh,
machine.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
That's
The
very
old-
The
Crichton.
little
for the
things.
want of a nail.
Yeah. A slip of paper?
Yeah.
well,
And the
it's-
technicians are all going through the electronic guts, and the camera's just like, nope, it's this much paper right
Yeah,
there,
right
5 inches
there.
away that they didn't
I'm
look
I'm
at.
in IT. The first thing you look at is where's the paper.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Bang on it.
Have you tried turning it on and off a couple times?
Exactly.
And of course, it's perfect because the guy is such a snot when he says, "When the bell rings."
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
No.
You had one
Ding-a-ling.
job.
Like, I didn't hear anything, doctor. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that
Which
guy's
works in their favor because they would have dropped the bomb if they
Yeah.
hadn't. If this fuck up hadn't
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Right.
Well, there it is.
well, and that's what I'm talking about with Chris's complaint is like again the stakes. It has to raise the stakes over and over and over again, and what you do by going down through all of those stages is continue to raise the stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about Robert Wise for a minute here? Because this is the guy who directed The Sound of Music and West
Star
Side
Trek.
Story.
And the
And
day
also
the earth
did
stood
Day the Earth
still.
Stood Still.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
How about it? I was thinking TNG, or not TNG, the motion
motion
TMP, the motion picture.
Yeah.
Which I
It
just
has
watched.
some. It bears some resemblance to this in that
Little
it's
bit.
it's not emotional. It's a very methodical kind of
And,
concept-driven thing.
Yep.
and
kinda
Wise
cold.
also worked on Citizen Kane.
He edited
Yeah.
Citizen Kane.
That's
He was
right.
the editor. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we got to be director level. I think he became one of the guys that producers were comfortable giving a big budget to.
Yeah,
So,
it makes sense.
You knew there's Sound of Music.
You're not gonna waste this on cocaine.
But
Yeah.
holy shit!
He's
I
actually
mean,
gonna get the
you got-
goddamn movie done. That's the thing.
You got the Von Trapps on one side, and you got this on the
Yeah,
other. It's like,
right.
wow,
I
that's
know, hell of a
range,
career.
man.
It's a hell of a career. You know, it's spanned a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But Jim, you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say this was the book, the Crichton. It was my first Crichton. It was the first science fiction book I read that was like not, bug-eyed monsters and
Right,
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine who's a film director suggested it to me. He said, "Oh, this guy is fantastic. You should really read this." And so I must have read it in 1970 when I was in junior high
About when it
school.
came out.
And I just remember being blown away by it. And then, a couple of years later, it's like the movie comes out. It's like, oh my God.
Were you excited about hearing that the movie was coming?
They really caught the sort of the atmosphere of the
Yeah.
novel.
I love that though.
Lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so fun when you read a book and you love the book and the movie comes out and it didn't fuck it
It
up.
doesn't suck.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So
Also,
rare.
I think the book had these graphics in them and a couple other places.
Well, it definitely had the ASCII Petri disk.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cover was
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I read it too, Jim, but I read it after I'd seen the movie.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember. It wasn't my first. My first Crichton was made like, God, it might have been like Sphere or something, which is
No, mine was this. That's the first thing I read.
great. But then I go back the other direction. So that by the time Jurassic Park comes out, like I'm there like the first weekend with the book. Can't wait for the fucking movie.
Mhm. Which did disappoint.
Which did not
Yeah, for
disappoint.
Jurassic Park, we
Honestly,
took
that movie's still good. I like
Yeah,
it.
Meh.
that movie's good.
Yeah. It's
But
just-
this movie is a solid fucking.
all right. Okay. Here we go.
Solid.
Well, yeah.
Completely
Come on.
It was all
Come
just
on.
we
Classic.
were all just waiting in the Andromeda strain pool, like
Again,
Yeah.
again, I've watched this
Classic
movie.
for a reason.
I've watched this movie at least 24 times.
Same here, at least.
and